Well, you don't have to travel to the wild, wild west to find one of the most unique meats. We're talking bison meat today, and you can actually find it right here in central Illinois. Joining us in our CI kitchen from the Harden Bison Ranch, it's David and Carol Harden. We are excited to have you both joining us today. Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so the Harden Bison Ranch, I don't think people are really considering bison to be an Illinois cattle, I guess. Usually you hear about cows and everything else, but you have your own bison ranch. How exciting.
Yes, it is.
How did you get started?
We started about 9 years ago, and we were so impressed with God's creation of this majestic, beautiful animal, and we just were grateful to be able to be a part to preserve that. And so we decided to start off with 4 to see how that would go, and it's done very well, and we are up to about 45 animals right now.
Oh, wow. And so from 4 to 45, I'm sure that didn't happen overnight.
No, it's taken us 9 years.
But this is a family business, something that you get to do with your children.
Yes, it is. Our adult children all participate in some capacity. Our son Jacob is actually one of the partners in the business, but all the kids and their families help.
What is it that you like most about bison meat compared to maybe other sources?
Well, it's really a very good protein source. It's the highest amount of protein that you can get in any meat commercially. It's also very lean. It has iron in it. We have a lot of people come to us as a specialty seeking it. So people like bodybuilders, people with health problems, digestive problems, they can really digest the bison much easier. Really? So being leaner, does it turn out drier maybe, or cook faster? It cooks faster. It cooks about 30% faster. You can substitute the ground for any other meat that you would use ground for, like a meatloaf, spaghetti, meatballs, what we're going to be making today. But you have to be careful, particularly with the steaks or some of the other cuts. If you overcook it, it will get dry because there's no marbling. It's very lean. Okay, so we are using some ground bison meat today.
Yes.
And we're making some meatballs. Is this your own special recipe?
Yes, it is. And like everyone else, I just kind of create it sometimes a little different each time I do it.
Well, we can't wait to see how it turns out today. So walk us through it. How do we get started?
Okay, well, we start off with a pound of the Harden Bison ground. And we prepare that with a little bit of breadcrumbs and an egg, and that's what we've already done. We add some steak and hamburger seasoning sometimes and a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. At this time, we've already created half of them. I usually like to follow up with a little bit of the Italian seasoning so that I can freeze these and use them for a lot of different things. The Italian ones, obviously, you can use for meatball sandwiches, and those are very good. And then the regular meatballs, I freeze those and use those a lot of times in baked beans or just for snacking on, you know, with some different dips and that sort of thing, sauces. So it makes a delicious meatball, and it's very versatile.
And so you're just going to make little meatballs there using that meat. Let's talk the difference between grass-fed and then grain-fed. Which one do you
We do grass-fed. We do supplement in the wintertime just a little bit of grain a couple times a week. It just adds to their repertoire as far as the diet for them. We have a special feed that we have made up at Bellflower. It was researched by the University of Illinois for us based on some liver samples and other things so that we could actually give them the proper nutrition that they need in the wintertime. Nice.
And bison is more sustainable, is that correct?
Yes, that is true.
How so?
Well, the bison itself is obviously an animal that is more natural to the North America than, say, beef cattle. And it actually is our national mammal. And the bison themselves are native to this country where beef cattle aren't. It's not that we're trying to compete with beef cattle, because by no means could we do that. It's a very unique niche market.
Yeah.
And we try to keep it as sustainable as possible through the way we raise them with holistic management.
Where is your ranch located?
It's about 40 miles east of here, near Fairmount, Illinois.
So how can people maybe get their hands on some ground bison meat or the likes?
I have several different opportunities. We are working with the Land Connection at Lincoln Square at the Winter Market. And then starting the second week of May, we will be with the Urbana Farmers Market, and we will be in the parking lot at Lincoln Square. It's also available through our website and by appointment.
Okay.
And so we will deliver within a day if it's within 45 minutes. And otherwise, we can make arrangements for people to come to the house and maybe sneak in a chance to see the bison.
Well, fun. Okay, and you've got something yummy in your crock pot that we're also
I
going to be
do.
having.
I am making Italian bison, and I like this because it uses very tender chuck roast, and I don't have to prepare ahead too much. I actually start it from frozen, so I always use the liners because it's easier to clean.
Of course.
And then the chuck roast, and then I just cover it enough with water just to cover the top of the roast. And then I'm kind of like David. I kind of use a recipe, but there's like, oh, let's try that this time. And so I usually use basil, a little bit of red pepper flakes, of course garlic, salt and pepper, and then I leave it on low for at least 12 hours. So this is something that you can start the night before and come home to a nice meal or something like that, and then
bam, supper is ready. Carol is speaking my love language over there. Okay, well, we're going to have some meatballs and some Italian beef coming up a little bit later on. There's a look at the Harden Ranch Facebook page. Go give them a like, check out their website, and learn more about how you can get your hands on some ground bison. Coming up, we're going to